Welcome to Coach Chloe, The Journey to Self Love. This is the third episode of our first series. Today, we're going to talk about what I like about myself, but here's what we've talked about in previous episodes. Who you're becoming is greater than who you were before. The I factor means how do I get comfortable with this person I'm going to spend the rest of my life with? We also talked about what I love about myself, taking a journey inward to access your greatness. Your greatness is emerging. So I know what I love about myself. How do I know that? I'm the more I lean into my values, the more I experience my greatness. The more my greatness is manifested, the more I will see what I love about myself. But what do I like about myself? Right? So here are three things that I'm going to share about me. And as I talk about my journey, think about your journey. One of the things I like about myself is my kindness. But there are times when my kindness is mistaken for weakness. That's when people start to take advantage of my kindness. My kindness I've been complimented on my kindness. I've heard people say, Chloe, you're a kind soul, or you're so kind. And I love that. However, there are certain times when it is taken advantage of. And when people take advantage of my kindness, the possibility is that I will be manipulated. They will try to dominate me. They'll try to tell me what to do. So this is about what are others doing to me. For example, I was in a situation where I was collaborating with two other people. And just so that we have great rapport, I was really kind and open and vulnerable. And I was open to their ideas, um, created a very safe place for them to um, share their ideas and bring their true self, their full self to the conversation. Because I wanted them to feel comfortable. However, after a few meetings of just creating the safe space, we sat down to talk about something, and the two of them said, "Well, Chloe, we want to just say something to you." I said, "Okay, yeah, sure." These two people went on a rampage, just shooting me down, and I sat there and took it, and I thought to myself, the only reason they were able to be that bold, because they're really not very bold, two bold individuals. That's why I created the space. But the reason that they were that bold was because they felt safe with my kindness. So, what I like about myself is my kindness, but knowing when to draw the line and knowing when to stop and say, okay, this is how far I go. The second thing is, what I like about myself is my courage. I am such a courageous person. I'm strong. When I get on stage, I just ooze courage and confidence. And people, when they look at me on stage, will never believe that this is something that I may have a problem with at certain times, but it's only at certain times. When someone raises their voice with me, or when I'm bullied, then I shut down. I withdraw. There's a negative narrative that starts, and it's about self protection. So immediately I'm saying to myself, okay, don't open up because this person is going to keep bullying you. So my courage just is completely closed off. This usually happens in relationships. And when I say relationship, very close relationships, the closer I get to people, the more my courage is tested. Um, and usually in romantic relationships, this happens. So you'll notice that a lot of these, what I like about myself is situational. And think about what you like about yourself. And at different situations, what happens? It could be something that is great, a great quality for you. But in certain situations, we fall apart. Why? We human. So here's the third thing. What I like about myself is my patience. I'm a coach and I have so much of patience listening to people's challenges and opportunities that they want to share, aspirations that they have. I have just so much, a world of patience listening to that without judgment. But when it is outside of a coaching conversation and it's a regular conversation, or I'm in a meeting, and when someone is going in circles or someone's not getting to the point, then guess what? I get impatient. So my patience just goes out the window and I'm impatient, and I may come across as dismissive, or I may come across as pushy, or I may be viewed as self centered because it's like, okay, what Chloe wants, this is, she doesn't want to hear. And now that's what I do to others. So there's self awareness that I have to be practicing. When am I coming across this way? These conversations usually happen when I'm either too busy, when I have no time, or when I know I'm going to be having a conversation with a person who always goes in circles, who doesn't get to the point. So, what do you like about yourself? And when does that change? What is the situation you placed in where that changes? And remember, it's certain things that others do to us, and it's also what do we do to others. The tendency is for us to think, okay, somebody's doing this to me, they're doing that to me, this person's saying that about me. How often do we take the time to think about how are we coming across? How are we making others feel? This is about self-love, because the more we think about how we make others feel, the more we learn who we are and we love ourselves more. Because why? We now embracing everybody. We're trying to be there and serve others. Who you are becoming is greater than who you were before this moment. Take a look in the mirror and ask yourself, what do I like about myself? And when does that thing that I like about myself change its face to something that I don't like? The next episode, we're going to talk about what I dislike about myself. When we look at social media, there's a lot of icons, and the three main icons is love it, like it, thumbs up, and dislike it. So next week, we're going to talk about dislike it.